Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So we're painting in oil again today, but I'm doing a white canvas and I'm going to do some of the same trees that I did on the last video because everybody really liked how those trees came out. So we're going to attempt it again. So I'm going to put my sky like through here. Then we're going to have some water, but it's going to kind of go like this. I think I'm going to have like some sort of rocks, like cliff type rocks. And then we'll have some sand. And then we're going to put in a couple of big trees. So that's kind of what I got in my head right now. So I've just put some liquid white on the canvas. And I'm going to pick up some phthalo blue. And we are just going to start getting some blue up in our sky here. And as we come down, it should get lighter and lighter. Oh, and if I get that hair off there. Another stray hair. Just something very sunlit, you know, summery kind of blue sky. I think I am going to put a couple of clouds. Not a lot, but just so we have a little bit of something in the sky. Just gonna put some white. And basically I have just the same colors as my last video, but I added the phthalo blue and Prussian blue because we're gonna use the Prussian blue, I think for the water. All right, so I'm just gonna pick up some white with a fan brush and we're just gonna and I still suck at clouds, so I'm just trying to like not think about it and just kind of put some up in the and maybe we'll just do a little something up there. And I'm just going to wipe. Actually, I'm going to take my 1-inch brush and we're just going to, I'll start with this brighter one here. And I'm just going to kind of blend them. Just kind of like that, just to kind of get something going here in the sky. Like I said, I don't necessarily want there to be a lot in the sky, but just a little, you know, a little something. I don't know if you can see that all right. All right, so I'm gonna get my, let me just clean, I'm gonna try to clean my brushes as I go. I went and cleaned all my brushes with my brush conditioner today, so if I can try to keep up as I go, it'll be a little easier. All right. And all right, so I'm just gonna dry this off, and I'm gonna pick up some Prussian blue. So we're gonna get our water kind of in, and then I will figure out like what I want for cliffs and for rocks, because I might actually even put one in the ocean. I don't know yet. All right, so I'm just gonna get some of that Prussian blue. Now this will lighten as we put it on because of the white. And I want some, but not a ton. All right, so let me kind of bring this. And I'll just use a different brush to smooth that line. All right, wipe this, and I'm just gonna take a flat brush, and I'm gonna try to there we go. And I do want a little bit more darkness, so that when we, put our choppiness, we will have some darker spots in here. So I'm just running that over and then just blending that out. Just so we have, some darker and lighter areas, especially towards that back section right in there. Because I do want there to be a little bit of difference in the water. And if we might end up pulling our dirt area up, but we'll see when we get there. All right. And because I don't like this area, we're probably gonna put some sort of like a little mountain or something in there as well. And I did locate my little brush, so we've got that. So I'm going to pick up some burnt umber, and burnt sienna and a smidge of black in there. All right, and let's see. So I want the rock face to be coming down. Like the top, it doesn't matter. It can be pointy, but I'm gonna have to bring this one out a little bit more because I want to put a couple. And we'll have another one, say right in here. Just gonna scrape this off, and then I guess I'll and then we'll put like one more, I guess. So when I put the highlights is when I'm gonna have to separate these buggers. All right, so let me just scrape all this extra. All right. All right, now I'm going to pick up the burnt umber and some white. And let's see. All right, and I'm gonna get some black and some white. And we're gonna kind of add some gray into these. And I'm just gonna pick up some black. All right, and then all right, so that is looking okay. Now let's pick up some of just the brown. And I was gonna use that brush, but I'm gonna change my mind. Let me see. All right, we'll use the small 1-inch brush. All right, let's just get some of this brown and what is going on here? I guess I need some new brown. That one's got too many little clumps in it. No, what is up? You know what? I'm gonna add some more of the Prussian blue in here. It's just kind of gonna pull a little bit downward, and then we will brush over it. just gonna use this brush to all right, fix these. I'm just going to bring this out more just because I don't like how that ended up. All right, now take that . All right, so that's looking better. All right, so I'm just going to take a little bit of the blue and the white, and let's just put some little bit of water lines around there. All right, so before we go too far, I'm gonna get some like wave action going. So I'm gonna put some liquid white, and I did open it ahead of time so I wasn't struggling. And we'll just mix that with some of our, make like a light blue. All right, so And you don't want your ripples all the same, you know, thickness, or you don't want a pattern, in other words. And I know I'm going to have a couple trees over here, but I still want something around here. Let's see. I'm wondering if I should put my water line in. Yeah, I should probably do that now. All right, so I'm just going to use more of the just liquid white. And we're just going to get tip this up. Can't get the angle right. All right, I think that is pretty good there. All right. So, see, now we're getting into this is where I get nervous. And I think I used a fan brush. Let's see. So I'm gonna mix up some black and the burnt sienna. And that will just give us, so it's not pure black. All right. And let's see. And I'm really liking this, but this could ruin it. I don't know. All right, let's just do it. Okay. Now let's get the other one. And then we're going to use our palette knife to kind of bring these together. All right, we're going to have these joined at the base here. All right, so let's get these two I'm gonna get some more of the darker brown, the burnt umber, and some black. We'll just kind of start giving it some texture. So obviously the light is reflecting this way, so these sides of the trees will be a little bit lighter. Just want to get the whole tree kind of textured. All right, now let's get this one. Instead of just trying to do one side, I'm just gonna do like the whole tree. And where I screwed that up, I'll just put a branch. All right, so I'm gonna take a little brush here, and we're gonna need some darker. There we go. All right. Now, I'm gonna need to mix up some more of that dark color so we can do, where's my black? All right. And let's see. I'll try doing it with this fan brush, but so I'm just gonna pick up some black. Let me get some sap green on here too. Whoa, that's way too much sap green. Hopefully I can get my nails clean because I'm going to be doing my nails after this. All right, so we're going to just mix some black and some green. And we're gonna make a little and I want them fairly dark so that when I highlight them, I can get them nice and bright. So I might add a little bit more black. And I'm just gonna go in with some black because I want these to be really dark underneath. And let's see, I'm gonna have one coming across this tree, but I think I will put it behind after. I'm just gonna have this top a little bit fuller. Let's see. See if I want to put that behind, now I'll just do that. And that leaf is now behind this tree, but in front on this one. And you know what? I think I'm just gonna leave it like that. Let's see. Maybe a little something coming out over here. No, I liked it better over. All right. So I'm going to highlight my tree before I highlight my branches. So I'm gonna take some white and some brown. And And then I'll lighten up a little bit more. All right, so let me take just some brown and some white. Let's get us a little bit lighter shade here. It'd be fine if I could remember where I put it on my palette. Yeah, that's looking good. I'm just going to take a little bit of white and just kind of just a few little areas, you know, that might be poking out through. And obviously this one here would have a little bit more okay. So that is looking good. All right, so now I'm gonna wipe most of that dark color out of my brush, and we're gonna pick up some yellow. And this is just the cad yellow. And all right, I gotta thin that down. Just so it will stick. Just because I got so much paint in this brush. And I'm gonna add a smidge of white into that. And I'm just adding a little bit more yellow ochre and the liquid white and some Indian yellow. I think that is looking good. Okay, so wipe that out, clean this brush. And I'm going to clean my big brush. All right. So now let me take a filbert brush, and we're gonna put a few rocks. All right, so I'm gonna go in with just the dark brown for right now. I wanna put kind of like where the rock is gonna go. So it's gonna look like water around it is kind of what I'm going for, like a puddle, you know, and there's like a rock in the middle of the puddle. All right. So I'm gonna take some black and some of that brown that we mixed up. And obviously that wasn't enough. And then I can just do like a little bit of a water line around it. All right. I'm gonna take my little liner brush and some of that liquid white. And now I'm just kind of setting those rocks, the underneath of those rocks, into the soil. Now I'm just going to take some of that dark brown and just kind of give that little bit of like shadow underneath. All right. I'm just gonna run that. I like that one. So we're just gonna rub it in. Just had to highlight that one just a little bit. Now let's take some green. And all right. Now we're just gonna go with some green and some cad yellow. Just trying to get a little bit more green. All right, now we're gonna take some yellow and I'm gonna thin this yellow out. Just not liking something here. Maybe let me take some yellow and some black and some white, just so we can make a different shade. Yeah, I'm doing some blue and some yellow. I needed to change that green. I just wasn't digging the green. It needed something else. And then we'll put a little something different over on this side. what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Let's put, all right, now I'm gonna take some white. There. It just, yeah, it needed something different. I don't know. And let me see if I have any white left here. All right. So we are going to call this one done. Oh, no, I gotta put some birds. I gotta put a few birds. Trying to clean my brushes here. All right, all my brushes are clean. Let me get some paint thinner. Hopefully I have enough black here. All right. So let's put that back there so I can kind of rest my hand. All right. And let's see, I'm gonna take some blue to sign my name. And there we go, guys. So there will not be a painting video on Tuesday because I have a funeral I have to go to. But I will try to have one out on Wednesday. So look forward for that. And yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. I'll see if I get the same reaction from my husband as I did yesterday. That's when I know he really likes it. So we'll see. Alrighty, guys. Bye.